wanna be down with the king.
It's the Sports Kings.
Sports Kings. Big Mike.
He might fall off the wagon in the next 10 minutes.
And Rob Calloway.
It's about bringing talent. It's not about all the flash and glitz and glam.
Not your average sports talk show. The Sports Kings.
This is NFL legend, work done.
This your boy D. Howard, a.k.a. Superman.
I'm Jerome Bettis, the bus.
It's Cam Newton. Holla at your boy, already.
This is Hank Aaron, and I'm down with the King.
Tell a friend, Kings is back.
Welcome back to a Monday inside the Sports Kingdom. This is the Sports Kings podcast, as heard on Spreaker.com. Please be sure to contact us at any point in time while you're listening to this, and make sure you follow us as well. Tell your friends to follow the Sports Kings at Sports Kings Live on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. I guess it will be a like on Facebook, so like us on Facebook. Also, make sure you email the show any questions, concerns. If you're interested in sponsoring the show, by all means, sportskingslive@gmail.com. Yeah, like I said, man, it's Monday, and what I tell you, Rob, speaking of, I'm Big Mike, he's Rob Calloway, the other voice that you'll hear during these podcasts. Told you it's going to be 80 degrees, right? Today, 80. It's
crazy.
80 degrees in the A. Climate change is real, pimp. Yeah, all this last week is like 40, and then this week is 80, and then by the end of the week, it's going to get back down to 40. Like Thursday, it's supposed to be like 40, the high of 50. Bananas. Before I get started, speaking of Instagram and Twitter and all that, shout out to our guy Steve Holman, man, at Voice of Hawks on Instagram. Gave your boys a follow on Instagram. So all the little...
Well, you know what? I'm not going to... Look. The real deal, as long as Bob Rathman is following the Sports Kings, I'm cool, man. I'm cool.
You said long as he is?
Long as Bob, yeah, you know Bob Rathman is following us.
I didn't know that.
As long as Bob, yeah, you know Bob is down with the Kings.
Good. So then he could pass on my messages to his partner. Good. Perfect. I didn't know that. Yeah, glad man. I do now.
Well, big shouts out. Big shouts out to the legendary voice of the Hawks, both of them, radio and TV, even though they're like Hulk Hogan and Randy Macho Man Savage. Like, they're a great tag team, but they can't stand each other.
Before
awesome.
Before I set the show up, man, what you do this weekend? Anything exciting happening in the world of the Callaways?
What did I do this weekend? Well, nothing really. Just me and my daughter went and hung out with my mom Saturday. Little grandmama day. You know what I'm saying? We went and hung out with my mom and kicked it. And then yesterday, well, of course, all weekend I watched basketball.
Did you now?
And yesterday,
like college or pro? What are we talking about now?
Both. I watched a little both.
Look at you.
But yesterday, of course, the marquee game, the Rockets and the Clippers were on yesterday, so I had to make sure that, I was locked and loaded for that one.
Yep.
Miss Georgia State, winning the Sun Belt and the injury to our boy.
Yeah, hold on, we'll get to that here in a minute.
Yeah. I missed that. But I'm going to tell you what, let me tell you, because I know, you're into TV and documentaries and stuff like that. But last night, I watched this documentary called The Weird World of Blowfly. Now, I was turned on to Blowfly by my daddy, and basically Blowfly was like the original rapper. He dropped his first album in like 1965, right? The first Blowfly album.
This sounds
weird. But he was nasty. I mean, it was almost like Dolomite. Like, this dude was X-rated. Like, he would just say all kind of crazy stuff. After the show, just Google like Blowfly. But anyway, I watched the documentary.
This ain't that blues singer, is it? Because I remember my guy Rogenie Bailey talking to me about this blues singer. It was like, and one of the lyrics was like, I'm not the plumber, but I'm the plumber's son. So I lay that pipe till the plumber comes.
No,
that ain't him.
No, this is much worse.
All right.
But the thing that I didn't know about Blowfly was his real name is Clarence Reed. And he produced, he has credits for over, I want to say 200-something Billboard R&B hits. And it was some of the most legendary R&B songs that came out in the 60s and the 70s, he was responsible for it. But Blowfly was like his alter ego. The Blowfly character wears a mask and all of that stuff. So it was really interesting to find out that this dude, was responsible for all of these records that you might hear, like if you're here in Atlanta on Kiss 104 on Saturday morning with Youngblood or something like that. Like, he produced almost every solid gold hit. I mean, it was crazy, man. But that's what I did. How was your weekend?
Oh, it was cool, man. Saturday, well, you don't know because I'm about to tell you. I went out, watched the ride, put down some weed killer. Only thing
you are always putting out weed killer, man.
Well, it's the time now. This is the time you do it when they start coming up. But here's where the idiocy comes in. Like, okay, I got the kind where it's in. You pour the concentrate into this little thing and you hook the thing up to the water hose. Right. The dispenser. So I poured the stuff in there and then I screwed it on. I thought I screwed it on, right? Went around to turn the water hose on. The thing done tipped over in the driveway. So now I'm down to half. Like, it was screwed on to the point where all of it didn't come out, but like half of it came out. So then this morning, had to get up and go down to Lowe's again and get me another bottle. I got an expensive bottle too. Don't ask me why I did. Like, they was like $8, $9, and there was one that was like $21. I was like, okay, the N-word in me says, if this one is twice as much as this one, it must be better. Buy it. I don't know. Hey, watch. I'm going to spray it down. There's going to be more weeds than ever. There's going to be a weed fest in my yard.
It's weed food. Right.
Oh, speaking of my yard, remember the other day I told you that the people were out there, Mexicans were out there digging up my yard and stuff by the sidewalk?
Yeah.
Well. It's not for naught. I think that's how the saying goes. AT&T U-verse is coming to the neighborhood. Yes, indeed.
Really?
Yeah, that's what they was doing. They was laying down the cables and whatever, the fiber optics and whatever.
Look at you.
Yeah, they put a little sign on my door, and there's like a little sign at the front of the neighborhood saying that, the landscaping will be put back in order after we leave. And I was like, yes, Comcast, you about to get it with you about to get the fist right where it counts, too. Suckers.
I'm so jealous.
Oh, God, I can't wait. Watch, I'm going to get it. It's going to be even more terrible than Comcast. It's just, it's the luck of the draw. It's going to be the worst thing. The internet is going to be like dial up. And yeah, it's going to be like they're going to charge me for everything else. So the bill going to be twice as high. It's going to be everything bad that can be bad with cable.
Well, at least you'll be able to pause it and go in the next room and watch it. At least you'll be able to do that.
That's the other thing,
that's
too.
The good part.
You're supposed to be able to do that with this new X1 thing on Comcast. You're supposed to be able to do that. I was doing it the other day with Survivor. Came upstairs. I clicked on Survivor, and it wouldn't start. Yeah, they got so many glitches in this whole X1 situation. I can't watch it on my tablet because it's buffering all the time. And I Google it, and it's not just my problem. It's not my problem with my tablet. Everyone has the problem, and Comcast has not fixed. Anyway. What else I did? What was that, Sunday? Yeah, yesterday when it was real warm. Came back in, rested up for a little while, watched some basketball. And college basketball was all over Saturday. And Sunday, got to see two of my favorite guys, Russ and Big DeAndre, play ball.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Then I made some stromboli. That was my day. And then, last night I watched Jinx and Shameless. I had to wake up this morning to watch the Christian Laettner documentary. We'll talk about that here in a second.
Yeah, I didn't get to see it.
Shame on you. Shame on you.
No shame on me. Definitely. I hate Christian Laettner.
That's what the documentary was about.
I know.
It was perfect. Anyway, on today's show, we're going to get into the world of, Selection Sunday was yesterday as well. And, if you were waiting on the Sports Kings before you filled out your bracket to get our in-depth takes on, numbers 1 through 64, shame on you.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry.
It ain't happening. Like, I got some things that I'm going to be looking for in this tournament, but it's like silly crap. It ain't nothing that, I think VCU versus Ohio State is going to be my Sweet 16 lineup. Like, I didn't even fill out my bracket. I'm going to wait till these playing games are over with. So by, I don't know, Wednesday when they're over with? Or maybe about Wednesday, if we're recording this by the time the games are over on Wednesday, we'll reveal our brackets, but definitely on Thursday. I've already got mine set up on ESPN.com. So if you're in the ESPN.com group and you want to invite me, I think my handle is Big Mike SKL for Sports Kings Live. Yeah, Big Mike SKL is my handle. So if you want to invite me to your bracket group, I don't know what that's all about, but feel free. I don't care. But I'll have. We
ought to just create our own, and then go on Twitter and promote it.
All right, sweet. Either way, cool.
Yeah, let's do that. Let's do that. We got a couple people that'll play with us. Yeah, let's do that.
Well, lucky you. You got a couple people that'll play with you. I got one. So, all right. So, yeah, we'll talk about the NCAA. And I guess I'll talk about this Christian Laettner thing and kind of fill it in for be the spoiler alert guy for. Well, it won't be a spoiler alert. I'm just going to be a spoiler for Rob. We got NBA.
Well, no, it's all good.
Of course it is. Yeah, I didn't think it wasn't. We got some NBA stuff on hand. Even got some MLB stories that I wanted to get to. I'm not really like you're going to find out in listening to this podcast that there won't be a whole lot of baseball talk coming out of my mouth. Only because baseball is so surrounded by it's so engulfed with numbers and the metrics, and that's not a storyline to me. And I'm not that guy. I'm not that guy with any sport, with football, with basketball. I'm not into all the metrics unless it supports a storyline that has come out. And baseball don't have many of them. So today they do, and we'll talk about a few of them. The NFL obviously is still there, but we're definitely not going to lead with the NFL today because the news that's come out in the NFL is pretty minor, but it's stuff that you guys may want to hear about. And then some miscellaneous stuff that's happened. I told you guys that I was going to tell you about this article last week, if I can. Bias in the Booth, an insider expose on how sports media distorts the news by Dylan Gwynn. So maybe in the second hour we'll find some time to get into that. Once again, this is the Sports Kings podcast, as heard on Spreaker.com. That's Spreaker, like speaker with an R in between the P and the E. We're on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook at Sports Kings Live. And we have an email address, which is sportskingslive@gmail.com. Now. Selection Sunday happened yesterday. And early on, you heard Rob talk about. Well, first of all, before I go there, and you know what I forgot to do today? Is Georgia in the tournament? Rob, you should know this.
No.
No? They didn't make it?
Oh, yeah, they are. They take on Michigan State.
There he is. The 7-10 matchup. So, and I wanted to make sure I congratulated them as well as Georgia State because last year we only had Mercer. For those of you who don't know, because I got to remember that. People are listening to this for the first time. We are broadcasting out of Metro Atlanta, Georgia. Last year, the only Georgia team that made it to the tournament was Mercer. And you hear Rob hollering out Nene because it inspired some white boy to kill the Nene. Like,
hey, did he?
When I say kill, I don't mean in the good way, because that's the way dance crazes go. Like once white people get it and get it good, it's over. The Nene, the Dougie, all that kind of stuff. Yeah, it's over. Like as soon as white folks get it and get it good, yeah, it's over.
It's done.
And
he killed the Nene.
But he killed it in a good way too. I'm gonna say that because he did it good from what I understand. I don't really know about. I'm like the stereotype breaker when it comes to dancing. I can't dance, so there's that.
He was on beat.
Well, I mean, my guy Golf said Golf made it his avatar on Twitter. He said the dude killed it.
And it was at the right moment and everything. Like, yeah, it was one of those moments. Like,
so yeah, good for him. And this year, good for the University of Georgia, as well as Georgia State University. They won 38-36 over Georgia Southern. So there's a reason that a third team didn't make it because the second team beat the third team to get into the what's their conference called? The South Valley,
the Sun Belt,
something like that. Yeah. All these conferences, it's crazy. And I just figured out yesterday that UConn is in something like the American Athletic Conference. The AAC. Yeah, I'm good. Yeah, I'm good.
The AAC. I think it's the AAC.
Yeah, I'm good on that. And once again, you heard Rob reference it. A guy that I would like to say that we introduced to Atlanta. First interview when he got to town. Coach Ron Hunter.
Hey, hold on. Just really quick. That's what we were doing around Atlanta. We gave Paul Hewitt of Georgia Tech. We gave him his exit interview. We gave him his final appearance on Atlanta radio, and we introduced the world to Georgia State's Ron Hunter. Go ahead.
And if you don't know who Ron Hunter is, first of all, he's the coach at Georgia State University, but he's a very philanthropic person. Mm-hmm. He has an organization, and I can't. Oh God, help me! I can't think of the name of it.
Well, he works with Samaritan's Feet.
Samaritan's Feet, thank you. Where they give shoes to underprivileged kids, not just in this country, but around the world. And I think every year, a couple of games, he does them barefooted, to bring.
And